back to Paul's Q. Today, I'm going to give you a 2-year review on the Pit Boss Classic, right here, the one sold at Walmart. It's pretty much identical to the 700 FB, which I've already done a video on, showing you the differences, which aren't very much, and it's a bit cheaper, so better bang for your buck. Let's get into this and see what we got for our review. Okay, 2 years. I've had this lovely grill. I love it. It's done nothing but good for me. A couple times it's had a few incidents with some cooking stuff, but that was my fault, not the grill's fault. So we'll leave it at that. Now, let's take a look. Let's start off over here on this end, where we have our hopper. I still have the original sticker on it after 2 years. 21 pounds is what it says. We have this nice little rack inside here for when you're pouring your pellets in. Catches any big foreign objects, if there is any, which I've never come across any. And I know people have asked me also if I sift pellets. I don't sift pellets. I can give a rat's ass about sifting pellets. If you guys want to do it, by all means, waste your time. You don't need to. Even if you sift them, you're still going to get dust and shit inside of there, so keep that in mind. They're going to still hit each other and do whatever. But anyway, getting back to where I was getting at with the hopper over here at 21 pounds. If you watch my charcoal pellet review video, you'll see I dumped the whole 20-pound bag inside of here. Now it was pretty much up to the top here, above this debris rack. So that tells me either you don't get 20 pounds of pellets in your bag, or this doesn't hold 21 pounds, which I'm more inclined to say this doesn't hold 21 pounds. So keep that in mind. Now, when you come down, we have our control panel. You have your smoke setting, 200, 225, 250, 300, 350, and so on, all the way up to the high setting, which gives you 500 plus, whatever you're doing. Now, I've heard people, 275 would be nice if it had that, if it had this temperature. Don't need it. As long as you know how to use your grill and you learn it, you'll be able to function fine with exactly what settings are here. I know I've never had an issue, and for me, all these temperatures seem to work. You'll find your in-betweens here and there. You just gotta know how to play with your grill. So the more you use it, the better it's gonna be. So basically, you put it on your smoke setting, turn your power, make sure your lid's open at all times when you're doing this to start it up, and that's it. Once it starts up, you'll hear it actually kick in. You'll hear everything running. From there, you change your temperature to whatever you want, or leave it on the smoke setting if that's what you're looking to achieve. But basic, simple, not hard. If I can do it, you can do it. And let's just say right now, so that people don't say, oh, maybe he's getting paid for this video. I'm not sponsored by nobody. I bought this with my own money. Every grill I have bought with my own money. I am not sponsored in any which way. So I get nothing out of saying good things for these people that make the Pit Boss. And I get nothing out of saying it's bad. It's just, I'm giving you guys my honest review and opinion on it. Now, I've gone over the temperatures in there and whatnot, told you how to start it. To empty your pellets out, on the back, you have a little door. If you watch my video on how to use the pellet smoker, you'll see how to empty out the pellets and fill up the hopper, start it up and whatnot. I know a few people have said, oh, you could have done better on the video, you could have explained the temperatures and that. Well, sorry to say it, but if you're stupid, you're stupid. It's pretty straightforward. Turn it on, start it, let it go, change it to the temperature you want. I don't know what explaining I have to do to tell people about the temperatures. I've just done it a couple seconds ago, so you guys know. Hey, it is what it is. Now for features that I have added to this grill, I've gone ahead and I've added a front shelf, as everybody's seen. I've just recently finished it because I was busy with the kids and whatnot and everything else, and then wintertime kicked in. So I've just recently finished it. I have used it a few times now. Works great for me. It might not be ideal for most people due to the fact that it's a bit short if you're attaching it to the legs. The only other way I could see possibly doing it would be to mount the brackets up here on the cooking chamber, which either you'd have to drill into it or sand it down and weld it. But this works out fine for me. I'm not that tall of a guy. I'm only about 5'10", so no issues for me on this. I love it. It should have came with a front shelf, in my opinion, but it didn't. That's Pit Boss's choice. Next, I've gone ahead and I've added a smokestack, as everyone keeps asking me and everything else. It does not change the flavor of anything. I just cosmetically like the way this grill looks with the smokestack on it. I think Pit Boss should have made this grill right from the factory with this smokestack. So that's all I have to say about the smokestack. It adds no flavor, anything else. It's just for looks. That's the only reason why I added it. Now let me get you out of my tripod over here. Oh, my hand might be in the way. There's my kettle, you guys can see. Now let's get around here to the back. Okay, here's the little door I was talking about where you pop off this clip, pellets fall out. There's this on, unscrew it, pull it out, the pellets will drop down, stick your hand in there. You can vacuum out whatever inside there if you wanted to, but you're never going to get everything out of the auger unless you burn it all out. So that being said, if you're dumping out the pellets to change the flavor, then just leave those in there, start it up, put the ones in there. You know when it first fires up, for the first 5 minutes or so, you're going to have nothing but the old pellets in there. After that, you're cooking with the new ones that you just added. So there's no reason to actually empty the auger out unless you feel like emptying it out and wasting your time to prime it again. That's another thing right from the get-go, brand new. Once you initially set it up, you'll assemble your grill and everything else. The next thing you're going to want to do, before you even add a pellet to it, you're going to want to fire it up, put it on the smoke setting, push your power button, start it. After you've plugged it into an extension cord and an external outlet that you have, you're going to want to fire it up just to make sure the auger is turning on its own. Once you see the auger is turning on its own, wait, see if your heat probe inside, or your heat element that actually ignites the pellets, wait for that, see if it gets warm. If it's getting warm, then you know, bang, you're good. The factory did a great job on your pit, hopefully, and you won't have any defects or issues with it. From there, turn it off, add your pellets, start it up again, same process. Except this time, you're going to want to hold the prime button. So when you're holding the prime button, it's going to shoot them through for you. It'll take a little bit of time the very first time you're doing it because the auger is, I'd say 18 inches long, I believe. I have already ripped one of these apart. I've had to take this off and everything because there was a jammed auger. The person whose grill it is knows who it is. There was a technical error that we had and it wasn't covered in the rain, and the rain got in right over here in this area right here. Rain got in and seized up the auger. So we took it apart. After we were done, both of us being dumbasses said, hey, we should have made a video on it. You snooze, you lose. We didn't. But it fixed, and there's never been an issue with it since. Now let's get around here to the back. As you can see, I have this foil tape, which covers the original 5 vent holes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The reason why I've put tape over there and covered them up now is because I've added the stack. The stack is now the new exhaust port, which eliminates these. There's no need for them. That's why I've covered them up. Now this is your average foil tape they use in housing to seal up ductwork around after they install the duct. You can get it any hardware store, Home Depot, Lowe's, wherever they sell hardware stuff, you'll be able to find it. Now I've gone ahead and covered the whole thing with one solid strip, as you can see. You could cut little individual pieces if that's what you wanted to do, just to cover it up. You could find your own way to cover up the holes. You could leave them if you didn't want to cover them up, but there's no sense leaving them because you have an additional exhaust point at this point. So that explains that one. Then we got our grease bucket with our little insert. That's pretty much it. All in all, this grill has done nothing but good for me. I've burnt upwards of 2,000 pellets, 2,000 pounds of pellets on this thing over the 2 years that I've had it. Oh, sorry. Let me get into one last thing. Underneath here, everyone's noticed that I have a little paint peeling. You can see I just scratched a little bit off right now. It's bound to happen. Some people are unfortunate and it happens right after they're done the initial burn off. I got lucky and it was just over a year when I noticed it, after I pulled off the Pit Boss plate that was on there. That's when I noticed it. It doesn't bother me, doesn't affect the grill in any way of cooking or whatnot. I will be giving it a little sand down and everything and touching it up with some high heat paint. So that'll take care of that. If you've just got your grill and you did the burn off and that happened, You can contact Pit Boss, I guess, and see what they'll do for you. I'm not saying they're going to do anything for you, but they might not. To me, it's not the end of the world. To you guys, I don't know. To each their own. It might be. So now getting back, I have burnt upwards of 2,000 pounds of pellets on this. It's done nothing wrong for me. I can't complain one bit about this grill. As you can see, there you go. Now you got 700 square cooking inches. That is the main cooking area and the upper warming rack, cooking rack, whatever you want to call it. Between the two combined, that's where you get your 700. It's not 700 just in the main cooking area over here. So like I've said before, you can fit easily 4 to 6 racks of ribs on here when you put them lengthwise along the grate. I believe I've had 6 racks in here. I might be mistaken, but I'm pretty sure I have. Now you can easily fit 2 full packer briskets in here, no problem. 4 pork butts, you should be able to fit in there without an issue. If you wanted to do 3 briskets, you should be able to do 2 on the bottom area here and 1 on the top warming rack. Same thing with ribs. You can always add the top warming rack and throw a couple more racks of ribs on the top. Increase the amount of food you'll be able to get. But I've done full meals on this. I've done baked potatoes, corn, ribs, sausage, whatever. I've got video on it. You guys can go check that out. It does hold quite a bit of meat. So if you got a bigger family and you're thinking maybe 700 square cooking inches isn't enough, maybe you want to check out the Austin XL. It's 1,000 square cooking inches, and that's the same concept as this one. You got your main cooking grate and your upper rack. Those two combined give you your 1,000 square cooking inches. This one here, 700. Does well for me, everything else. The sear zone, let's talk about. You have a sear zone on these. A lot of people ask me, should I get a Traeger? Should I get a Pit Boss? You know what, I recommend the Pit Boss. If you only have the funds to go out and purchase one grill, I would say get the Pit Boss, because it's your one-stop shop. It does everything. Grilling, smoking, cooking, baking, you name it, you do it. And it has a sear feature, which other pellet grills do not have. So if you really feel the need to go buy a Traeger just to say you have a Traeger, hey, go for it. Don't let anybody stop you. But Pit Boss here does the exact same job, plus it sears. So don't forget that. And it's cheaper. I say this is the best bang for your buck out there. I'm not putting it down. I recommend it highly. So with that being said, guys, I don't know if I've missed anything. After 2 years, I can't complain at all. I recommend this grill 100% to whoever asks me if they should get one. The vertical, we'll leave that one alone. I'm not going to touch on that one right now. But I'll say it, I wouldn't recommend it. That's all I'm saying for now. Anyway, you guys like this one? Hit the subscribe. You want to see more? You'll see more all on the next one. Bye.